Hello and welcome to Goats and Dragons, the stream where Helpful Goat Gaming plays Dungeons and Dragons, a game of shared storytelling where I try to kill my friends. I'm Andrew Gilbert, the benevolent dictator of Helpful Goat Gaming, but I'm your friendly neighborhood dungeon master. And I'm not alone. With me, as always, is the unbenevolent dictator of Helpful Goat, Galway, playing the tiefling sorcerer Charity.
Hey, everybody.
Adam, playing the halfling rogue Burbage Kemp.
Greetings.
Lena, playing the Goliath barbarian Stormbringer.
Hi.
And Jay, playing the drow elf druid Vamaris.
Yo.
Typical Jay. His bullshit.
What? What else? What do you want me to say?
I don't know.
I've never
Anyway.
actually asked.
So,
What are the expectations?
so we're doing this stream podcast combination thing at the moment. Which means for those of you watching the stream, we're probably going to be calling out our roles a lot more. Everyone, yes. And maybe describing a couple things that we do visually. And that's for the podcast. And podcast people, if we don't do that, please forgive us, because it's all so new. We're also affiliate, which means you're able to cheer and subscribe to us on Twitch. And as a reminder, everyone who has Amazon Prime, you are able to subscribe for free to us through Twitch Prime. And it's super easy to link those accounts and get that set up. Thank you so much for following the channel. We really appreciate the support. We are 36 episodes in, so if you do want to go back and hear previous episodes, we have those up on YouTube, and they are a delight to listen to, especially knowing things in the future and then going back. It's super fun, good times. Yeah, and I think it's all the announcements this evening. So with that, let's begin tonight's episode of Goats and Dragons with a theme music that's turned up. Previously on Goats and Dragons, the family now recuperates from a very strange and deadly encounter with a Rakshasa, which had spirited Stormbringer away and hidden her inside a marble. Burbage Kemp was also banished to another realm entirely, and this left Vamaris and Charity to fend off the fiends. It was grim. Without Stormbringer and Burbage, it was all the others could do to prolong the fight. When one of the Cambion went in for the killing blow on Vamaris, suddenly Burbage materialized out of thin air and wisps of blue flame, and positioned himself between the spear and Vamaris. With his help now, the group was made short work of the demons, who, upon dying, mentioned something about a deal they had made. Stormbringer was rescued, and Burbage recounted his experiences in the other world. The family, exhausted from the fight, took stock of their current state. Burbage and Vamaris have it out, as Burbage doubted the bond that Vamaris and he shared. Stormbringer looks warily at the looming mountains ahead of them, and Charity wrestles with what to do about Stormbringer's mysterious wound. It is a low point for the family. And as the argument between Burbage and Vamaris turns into a reaffirmation of their brotherhood, Burbage hugged Vamaris with the help of Stormbringer, with such feeling that Vamaris passed out. Now, Charity watches as each of them bandage up their wounds and plop in their beds, hungry for sleep. Charity ponders the state of his family as Stormbringer's snoring begins to interrupt the chilled night air. Charity takes first watch, because he is still wide awake. Something seems on his mind. It could be Stormbringer's mysterious wound, the growing amount of time before the family can return a plant to Ponway. Or perhaps it's because every time he tries to close his eyes, something now flashes in his mind. A figure, blurry and dark, as if he should remember something black and winged that beckons him from a distant realm. The feeling is uncanny, and it has just begun after the fight with that fiend. And it is preventing any meaningful rest for Charity at the moment. Charity, go ahead and make a perception check as you are first on watch.
Sure thing.
And everyone else, position yourselves in your tent or wherever you are at this point.
So this is good. We get to lead off with this. Guidance. Guidance is a cantrip that allows you to add 1d4 to any skill check that you or a willing creature that you've given it to make within 1 minute of you casting the spell on them. It's really good. Spam it. About that perception, though. Perception check, which was a 20, and then adding a d4 to it, because thanks, Guidance. 23 perception.
Excellent. You absolutely cannot, it's hard to even concentrate on the night around you that is chilled and quiet except for the crackling fire in the middle of the camp. Even the horses and the camel seem genuinely quiet after a very stressful evening for everyone. But really what you notice, Charity, with that roll is that there's a large amount of heat coming off of your wound that you received from the Rakshasa. Lashed into your shoulder and got into your chest. And this is actually incredibly odd because you definitely remember him attacking you as the angel. But even when you polymorphed back into your normal self, the wound was very clear and visible and hurt quite a lot. And you definitely feel that heat kind of coming off of it, even though it's currently under a bandage at the moment. What is it you'd like to do, Charity?
That's okay. Okay, that's my prompt, huh? So the first thing I'd like to do is I'd like to check what I know about Rakshasa.
Uh-huh.
Actually, that's the second thing I'd like to do. The fire's purple now.
Okay.
And for those who don't watch the stream, or who haven't tuned in before, or if you're new to the podcast or anything, Andy and I generally assume that I have guidance up, unless specified otherwise, or it would not be possible for me to have recast it, but we currently play in Roll20, so we'd be spamming a lot of guidance in there. So, just as a note, and yes, I turned the fire purple using thaumaturgy. So I want to think about what I know about the Rakshasa, or what anything that I might know, or anything that the angel knew. I don't know.
Sure, yeah.
Nature check?
Either nature or religion would work. Yep.
I think the angel went religion, so I'll go nature. Cool. That's good. That's a fumble. And I'll just
fumble with guidance.
And I'll just guidance a 2 onto that.
Yeah, a total of 4.
Total of 4.
Okay. you know that from this, you're pretty sure that you remember the Rakshasa has an attack that if it scratches you even, you are cursed with terrible, terrible nightmares. You cannot rest. You cannot sleep hardly without waking yourself up every 10 minutes, gasping for air and sweating and having odd visions constantly every time you try to rest or close your eyes. You wonder if you are, or rather you are worried that you are infected with this.
Okay. And then I think the other thing that I'd be wondering about is one, the figure I think that you said that I saw very dimly. Sort of that what the Rakshasa said about the deal wasn't worth it. And everything that Burbage was describing to me, which sounded like Behelit's realm.
Yes.
Just sort of any thoughts that I have on anything that could connect it.
It seems odd to you. You do know something a little bit about the Rakshasa. When they are killed, they don't die. Okay. They simply return to the realm from which they are, which is something like a fiendish realm, an afterworld, an underworld, you might say. And they don't necessarily always have the power to bring themselves back to the material plane. That there is often something else that is required of them. Something that has a bit more power can send them back. And so often Rakshasa, because of this, if they really, really want to get back to the material plane, they may make deals with more powerful beings than themselves to send them there. But exactly how that connects to Behelit, you're not sure. Nor why Burbage was involved.
And the figure that I was seeing, you said it had wings, and the Rakshasa definitely didn't have wings.
No.
Like
but the figure that Burbage described a bit did.
Would this be the one that said to say hello to its son?
Yes.
Neat.
And you do almost feel like this is on the cusp of memory, not necessarily a pure vision, but almost feeling like deja vu.
Devil Dream Daddy. Fun. So I'm sort of thinking,
God, I want to see the erotic art for Devil Dream Daddy. Internet, make that happen, please, someone. Because that's hilarious.
I'm 90% sure that already has happened.
I don't want to Google it.
Oh.
Dungeon Master horny.
Need erotic fanfic urgently. All right. That, Jesus Christ. That all aside,
there's not really a good Google for it. I looked it up. there's not a lot there. Anyway, all right. What are we doing? Playing D&D? How's everyone doing? I'm Andrew Gilbert.
But tonight, I'm looking up Devil Dream Daddy.
I'm a doctor.
This is eliminating any ability I have to focus on like what Charity would be doing.
Story. Okay.
My respect for doctors is at an all-time low.
Oh God. Okay. Right. Let's see. Scratched by a demon. Right. There's the next thing to think about. It called me Lucien. Is that who I was? And do I have any connection or any like flashes of memory with the name Lucien?
Not really. If it is in there, it's buried pretty deep.
Also, do I have any confidence that the damn thing actually knew who I was?
Not entirely, though he seemed to recognize you, though that doesn't make sense because you've never seen that person. And it definitely focused on you.
And it didn't seem to like me.
Definitely didn't seem to like you. You're not exactly sure what that's all about.
Well, on balance, if I was this Lucien, I suppose it's better that the demon wanted to kill Lucien? That seems probably the better path morally. Yeah. Ow. It hurts. Ow. Ow.
You pass through your shift at night, and again, you don't feel sleepy at all. You feel kind of this like almost a tiny bit like fever. You know how like if you were to get like feverish, like images kind of keep flashing through your mind, all, like on the verge of hallucinations.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's kind of what you feel like. You definitely don't feel like you could sleep or rest at this moment. But you could certainly try and wake someone else up for a watch.
I'm probably still gonna wake up Stormbringer.
Okay.
And then just go try to, I don't know. I feel like with my medical training, I would at least know that if I can't sleep, I'm not gonna like try to make myself sleep, but I would physically relax.
Sure. Yeah, no problem. So go ahead, go to your tent or your wherever, whatever's set up for you. And Stormbringer, you are now awake.
Awesome.
Go ahead and give me a perception check for your watch.
I rolled a 12.
All right. With a 12, it's a nice night. There's there's kind of a scent in the air. It feels familiar to you, but it's gone very, very quickly, and you can't quite recall even what that scent was. It was a little bit sickly sweet, you think, but you're not exactly sure where that memory came from. But it was passing very, very quickly, and that's it.
Okay.
And that's pretty much all of your watch. Would you like to wake someone else up?
Yeah. I don't remember who I'm supposed to wake up next. So...
Vamaris is snoring.
Vamaris can't
Which
sleep.
is odd for an elf.
Can
He meditates.
I think he can pass out, yeah. He could definitely go.
I figured I passed out and it just kind of turned into an exhausted kind of rest.
Wait, but it's been 4 hours, right, since he passed out, so I could wake Vamaris up and he would have completed his rest?
Yeah, he would. Well, he
Okay.
would need to still rest, but he could watch.
Mhm.
He doesn't need to sleep or meditate anymore.
Right.
Okay. I'm gonna do that then and go back to sleep.
Sleep
I'll
well.
tell him, there's something weird smelling around here, but I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just plants. Anyways, good night.
Vamaris, you wake up as well from a dream, which is actually somewhat rare for you. You don't often sleep, let alone dream. And again, all you can kind of recall from the dream as it's fading are just some flashes of your vision. Just a tall tower over white sands, a flag off of the tower, some sort of pale spider. And then it's gone again. You certainly remember your vision a lot. It's just you don't often kind of re-experience it like that.
Did anything in particular stick out to me this time? Like,
No,
I'm
good
definitely
feeling.
feeling uneasy.
Yeah, it's still very fading, but obviously it's been on your mind lately since you've learned more about your past.
Mhm.
And you sort of look at the vision a little bit differently, as if it's not fully yours. Or rather, someone held on to it for you, if that makes sense. It feels more like a thing, something you can tangibly separate from yourself a bit more now.
Okay.
But please give me a perception check.
An 8.
All right. You're sort of lost in thought. It was a very traumatic evening for you. You literally saw Burbage turn to dust and ash in front of your face in the very fire that you're sitting in front of now. You didn't know where Stormbringer was, and it just reminds you how connected you are to this group of people again after nearly losing them. Yeah, but you don't quite sense anything in the night air. It's a bit chilly of wind.
I'm gonna look over at Burbage's tent.
Yeah.
Is it open? Is it closed? Is there a light?
He seems asleep. You can hear him snoring softly. And the tent is the flap is open.
And Stormbringer's just sleeping, like right next to me.
Yeah, looks like it. Yeah. She's
I'm just gonna
snoring pretty
stare at
loudly
everyone
now.
kind of sadly.
All right. You can go ahead and wake Burbage up if you want for the next round.
Okay. So I'll quietly go into Burbage's tent and shake him awake. I'll shake him again. Burbage, it's your turn. Wake up.
My turn for what?
To take watch.
Burbage is gonna he'll rub his eyes and then yeah, alright, yeah. Hey Vamaris.
I mean, if you want to keep sleeping, I can take over for your watch.
No, that's fine. Yeah, I got it. I was just, having a dream.
What were you
Was
dreaming
it a good
about?
one?
What? Sorry?
Was it a good dream?
I don't remember.
Okay.
It just vanished like that, so I don't... But it felt... what, Vamaris? It was maybe a bit good. Like, if I were to guess based on my current feelings. Anyway, yeah, I got watched, buddy. Hey, and by the way, like, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling a lot better about us, as brothers, as pals, since that, confrontation we had last night.
What are you trying to... Like, what are you getting at?
Oh, nothing more than what I just said. There's no subtext here, buddy. I'm feeling a lot
I'm
like
just
things...
fucking with you, man, and I'm gonna push you.
Oh man, I'm gonna push Vamaris back.
And I'm gonna fall down.
Oh, sorry, buddy. Did I push you too hard?
Ow, what?
Did you hit like a branch or like
You
a
are
root?
way stronger than you look.
Yeah, I've been getting a lot stronger since the beginning of our series of adventures. I feel I've gotten at least like 7 times stronger.
I'm gonna start
maybe.
squeezing your arms.
Yeah, and Burbage is gonna make like a muscle, like it's gonna
Ooh.
flex.
And I'm gonna like really dig my fingers into his arm.
Yeah, right. Feel that. That's pretty cool.
I'm gonna work my hands toward his back.
Yep. I'm feeling a lot better. But okay, feeling like things are so much clearer between us. I feel like we've both fully communicated.
And I'm gonna need your the back of your neck.
our feelings and our intentions. I just feel like there's nothing left to the imagination now, and so I feel like so refreshed about everything. So anyway, well, this is great. I'm gonna go take my watch. All right, buddy.
All right. You have a good watch.
Thanks, buddy. I'm gonna scramble out of the tent. You can sleep in here if you want. You can sleep in my tent. It's fine. Or not. I don't care. Everything's clear now between us.
Vamaris is gonna actually be laughing.
Okay, awesome.
We're the fucking worst. Oh man.
Burbage scrambles out of the tent into the night air. All right, give me a perception check for your watch, Mr. Kemp, with disadvantage. I'm gonna say.
Oh, that's
Wait. Why is it disadvantage? I totally gave
his
him
mind. No, his
He's
mind
focused
is,
now, man.
Nope.
Nope.
His
Okay.
body is loose, but his mind
I tried.
is not.
all right. Here goes nothing.
All right.
I rolled a 12 and a 26.
You
So we'll
did.
take the 12.
All right, so 12 perception. Where are you exactly around the fire outside your tent here?
I am opposite Stormbringer.
All right, kind of on the south side of the fire, looking a bit north. You get an interesting whiff again of again some sort of almost sickly sweet, like a scent, and it reminds you of something. It's something fairly recent, something you probably smelled like before you got to Malmond. And you just can't quite latch onto it exactly. And it is still dark at this moment, but pretty soon the sun is going to rise. How would you like to spend your watch?
I would like to spend my watch. I don't know. What can I do? What are my options, Andy?
Well,
Can
yeah, what does
I-
Burbage like? Go ahead and improvise. What does Burbage like to?
Oh, fuck you.
What does he like to do around the
God.
fire when he's all alone? Does he
God.
whittle? Does he?
Does he
have
whistle?
an instrument he plays?
Yes. And he's going to yeah, I guess just whittle.
Sounds good. I love it.
What
Yeah.
should I do?
Yeah, what
like
is
a
it?
survival check to see how well I whittle?
Sleight of hand.
No, let's make a yeah, it is kind of dexterous. Make it just a regular dexterity check.
Wait, I want to be doing something that makes me do a check that I've never had to do before. So
Okay.
let me look here. What haven't I had to roll before?
You could try to recall the lore you know of Rakshasa with a history check. Or
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he's never used
I'm gonna
religion.
do that.
No, you
Yeah,
do what
can
you
I do a
want.
religion check on the Rakshasa?
Sure.
All right, here goes. A 6. Let's just say 6.
6, yeah. You think they are some sort of fiendish devil thing. Partly because you were transferred to, like, hell last night.
And so,
And
like, everything is...
That makes some sense.
Yeah.
But everything is colored in that form, yeah, so
Yeah, totally.
that's pretty much what you think. Yeah,
Oh,
you're
and-
pretty.
Yeah. I will say that Burbage probably passes his watch, like, staring weirdly intensely into the fire.
Yeah. There's something in the flames that almost feels... There's almost like a pull to just kind of jump in. It was, for a brief moment, there was a connection again with Theodric. And honestly, it felt good.
I wonder why.
What? You just wonder why. Like,
No, that was just I'm saying that.
oh, okay. But everything seems to pass. You sort of get out of the daze of looking into the flames. And that smell is now kind of a little bit more powerful again. And Burbage, right next to you, you now see a fully bloomed bluish purplish orchid it is now kind of reaching to the sky. Very quickly you realize this is a doom lily. And you're pretty sure this is the scent you were smelling.
I will immediately start... you know what? I was going to say I was going to start screaming, but I don't think that really is the game of this scene. So many improv classes. I am going to wake up Charity.
All right. It is morning, so everyone's had a full rest. Charity, you are wakened by Burbage. However, Charity, I think you know the caveat here. You did not get any benefit from your long rest last night, Charity.
Charity.
Yeah?
Charity.
I'm awake.
Doom Lily. Did you hear me?
Is this about your childhood sled?
Okay. All right.
You broke up.
Now I know how everybody else feels. Oh, man. No, it's not. I did have a childhood sled, but it wasn't named Doom Lily.
That's
Very
good.
close, though. If you can guess what the name of my childhood sled was, by the time we get to level 9, I will do whatever you want. So just keep that in mind. You can write that down in your little notes or whatever if you keep notes on the adventure. But no, there's a doom lily that just grew overnight by the fire, so just thought I'd let you know about that. Good morning.
You're gonna see me just sort of... I wish it had just been a strange recollection of childhood. Go back and I'll just sort of look at the doom lily.
Vamaris is going to come out of the tent and walk over.
Does it look any different than any of the other ones we've seen up until now?
It doesn't. It's perhaps a little taller than any you've seen so far. They've been generally very small, and this one has grown a bit, though overnight.
Odd. Where did you get that?
I don't think we got it. I think it just grew here.
Did someone pick it?
Well, I thought Charity did.
No, I'm still just staring at it.
Okay, I'm just staring at it too then.
I'm staring
still-
at it too. Stormbringer still sleeping?
Yeah, Stormbringer just basically sleeps until people wake her up. Or start shouting. And no one's shouting yet.
Did you want to try to talk to it again?
Jesus. I mean, I can answer that for Vamaris.
Oh, also, before we go any farther, and I'm sort of rubbing my shoulder, the largest cat demon, the Rakshasa, I'm pretty sure their scratches are cursed.
Yikes.
And I kind of can't sleep anymore, so I'm
Vamaris will lesser restoration you.
okay. No,
That was
no,
an odd feeling.
no, it wasn't that. I just popped out the chat, which I didn't even know I could do in Roll20.
I did that earlier.
And it was overlapping. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Oh god.
Or I guess before I just straight do it, can I check to see if it will work? Or
Yeah.
do I know?
You do not know it would work. You can make a check if you want. Give me like a religion check, perhaps.
A religion, okay. 10.
You aren't sure? Maybe.
Okay, I will then touch Charity's shoulder and lesser restoration.
All right. Charity, you get a very weird numbing sensation, kind of all over your shoulder now. Though you can still kind of feel the heat from this wound. It doesn't close, and you're pretty sure this doesn't end whatever effect this has.
Yeah,
Vamaris,
that looked like it didn't work.
This feels like more of a curse than a disease or something like that. What would you all like to do?
Well, just as a note, there may not be as much healing coming from me as there often is. So Doom Lily, what did that book we found about them say?
Let's see. I memorized it.
You have it.
I literally hand you the book.
Yeah.
No, you don't need to do that. I have it memorized. On the Frightful Subject of Doom Lilies by C. Ecarus Wren. Basically, all I really remember from that book is the random chapter about the joys of nudity. Also, that random, really racist chapter about not trusting halflings unless they are particularly lazy. That's strange.
Oh, this makes me so happy.
I feel like this author must have been very strange.
Oh yeah, totally. I will say, I randomly also remember that he ended that book with a veiled concern that ghosts will always eventually turn on you. That stuck with me, not for any particular reason. Just a little tidbit.
And
Anyway.
Anything on Doom Lilies?
I think that the point of that was that he said that the flower itself wasn't bad. It was just potentially a warning or a harbinger of things to come.
Right, yeah, do not fear the flower. Fear will disallow you to heed its tellings. That is another thing that I memorized. So we should just, take it easy, I think. In fact, guys, Stormbringer's still sleeping. Maybe we should wake her up by tickling her feet with the Doom Lily.
Stormbringer, get up, and I'm gonna shake her.
No, don't do that. We could do a little Doom Lily.
Charity's backing up.
Oh, is it morning?
Burbage wants to tickle your feet while you sleep.
That sounds like a good way to get kicked in the head, Burbage.
All
That's
right.
why I didn't do it, right?
Yeah, you're smart.
Do you pick
could
it,
kick me.
Burbage, or?
I didn't pick it. I'm not an idiot.
Okay. No, no reason I'm asking. I'm just,
Really, no reason.
Nope, I've asked that
Like,
twice
you
now.
keep asking that.
For no reason.
I say we leave it.
The book said not to fear
Leave
the
what?
flower.
What did the book say?
Oh, the doom lily that grew overnight.
Oh. Oh, maybe that's what I smelled.
Think
Oh.
so.
The book literally. The book. All right, sorry. You know what I remember about that book, guys? Is that
That book that might be open on my window for those of you who are watching on Twitch or YouTube.
It did say that, in fact, the doom lilies are merely the product of perception. And I don't know about you guys, but while keeping watch last night, I was trying to be especially oh, fuck.
Perspective?
Yeah, that's it.
Perspicacious?
Yeah, that's it. Perspicacious. That's what I was trying to be.
Good. That's good.
Hey, Stormbringer, what does perspicacious mean? Well, if you had to guess.
I don't know.
If you had to guess, what would your guess be?
Sweaty?
That would be my guess too. Yeah.
So you were trying to be especially sweaty? Charity's just like eyebrow raises very slightly.
Yeah. Well, you know, I was especially sweaty for reasons that have nothing to do with anybody here or what they might have done to me last night.
Huh?
What?
Was
I'm gonna go start tearing down tents. Do you guys remember? We're supposed to be on a particular quest right now to get that flower. We're spending entirely too much time talking about the wrong flower.
I
Doom
agree.
lilies. Poneway's counting on us. And Fidero. I'm taking down my tent.
Vamaris looks at Burbage and he looks impressed.
Right? I'm gonna nod at Vamaris. This, you know, I've had it with these absurd little side things that we keep doing. Keep getting pulled into. Is the tent down yet, Andy? I want the tent to be down.
It is it is down at this point.
I have it all. I wrap it all up. I'm gonna wrap it up into a bundle. Where do I keep that? In my backpack?
Yeah, you put it on your horse, but yeah.
Yeah. All right. Anybody else want to help with the tents?
I probably already have mine down.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I mind down.
All right. Yeah, good. And let's, you know, so another part of after camping is we should have to put out the fire.
I feel like you spend a lot of time kind of ranting at us lately. Is there something going on with you?
I snuff out the
Nothing's-
fire with Druidcraft.
Hey.
Ah!
I was gonna say, I sort of earthquake the ground so that the ashes are completely covered.
Well, now that the fire's out, which is great,
Let's go.
we should go. What do we do about this doom lily, though? Let's just nip this in the bud.
No, don't.
Pun intended.
Let's just leave it.
Yeah,
Do you
let's
pick
leave
it,
it.
Burbage? Do you pick it?
No.
Do you pick the Doom Lily, Burbage?
All right, I'm gonna try to. Andy, I hear your question.
No, I'm
Just
I'm
ignore
going-
him.
No, I'm going to try to honor
Just ignore
this
him.
moment and honor Burbage's identity. Would he behave truthfully in this situation? Based
Burbage,
on
if you touch that flower, I'm not going to talk to you for the rest of the week.
Oh shit. Never mind.
Why did you say that? Why did Vamaris say that?
Because I have a feeling that you're going to touch that flower. I'm watching you, like I'm staring right at you. I'm going to make that the symbol. I'm going to like point at my eyes and then point at you.
Oh, like with like two fingers? You do the two
Yeah.
fingers to your eyes and then...
Yeah.
You're not going to talk to me for a week. Is that it? I'm gonna lunge...
Did I stutter?
I'm gonna lunge down toward the ground and bring my fingers within like 2 inches of the doom lily.
Okay. You do that.
What are you doing? Why?
Ah!
You're not touching it.
Right, but are you afraid?
So
that
I can still
might-
talk to you.
Yeah, you can talk to me, sure.
Yeah, so either touch it or don't. Let's go.
You
Oh.
guys,
I feel
what
like
are you?
I feel like Charity's horse is now cantering away slowly.
Do we need to hug more? Is that what you guys need?
No, we don't need to hug more.
I trot and catch up to Cherry.
Well, also, where's Gary Shambling?
Oh yeah, he's here too.
I was like,
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna go climb on Gary Shambly.
I'm still hunched over the Doom Lily. I would like to do what kind of like check could I do on this Doom Lily that might advance the narrative without me having to touch it?
You can give me a nature check if you want.
I fumbled a nature check, I think.
you rolled
Oh, wait,
a 17.
No, you rolled a 17.
I rolled a 17. There we go.
Yeah, you are curious about its properties, but you don't exactly know what you can get from without touching it. It is something that people are scared of, so you do get the sense you might want to bury it or something if you don't want to touch it. But you could just leave it and see what happens too.
Burying it really didn't go well the first time we tried.
Yeah. Wait, and refresh my memory. Did eating it help?
No, it made you really sick.
It did make you sick, yeah.
Yeah.
It also froze a mouse.
It did freeze.
That was
mouse.
the
I remember
burying
that. That
it,
was
not
weird.
the eating it.
Yeah, that was the burying it.
I guess I've made it canon that Burbage I guess he really did remember some of that book, and about not having to fear of a Doom Lily.
Yeah.
Ugh. Burbage is not going to touch the Doom Lily, Andy.
All right.
Burbage gets up, spits on the Doom Lily,
Okay.
and that shouldn't lead to anything.
Nothing at all. All right, as everyone as everyone packs up, gets on their horses and camels, and begins to continue to head east toward the mountains. Why doesn't everyone jump off for just one moment and let me just say something to the chat by myself?
Okay.
You're sketchy.
It has nothing to do with anything. Don't worry, it's fine.
See
Guys.
ya.
Don't worry.
God damn it.
Okay, chat, they're gone. As they disappear out of sight, the spit from Burbage on the Doom Lily just freezes over completely. Kind of a soft kind of mist, it seems, kind of comes off of it. And then the entire flower turns to ice. It is certainly not that time of year. That does not really make sense. But it's what happens as they leave the campsite behind them. Okay, and everyone can come back now.
Not at all shifty.
That was it. Not at all shifty.
Okay.
All right. So you continue on. You're heading straight for the falls. Yes.
Yes.
Excellent. So actually, a few days passed, with very little going on. You're able to find food. You're able to find berries. You've been scouting around, but again, you're kind of in the middle of nowhere. You don't see any other living person, though you definitely see some animals along the way. Is there anything in particular you'd like to talk about as you're getting closer to what's called the Forlorn Mind Falls?
I probably would have asked people or the family was like, have any of you ever met someone named Lucien?
No.
Have I? I don't know. Andy?
No, you
Should I do a history check? Okay, I haven't.
No,
I don't think so.
one named
Just
Lucien.
the Rakshasa called me Lucien. It kept calling me Lucien.
Yeah, you know what, Charity? Let me tell you something about Rakshasas, alright? They're nothing more than just devilish fiends. And you know what devilish fiends do? And trust me, I know this. I understand these things. They're just trying to confuse you. They're just trying to get in your heads, you know? Did I pluralize heads? I'm talking to all of you right now. Gather around. So I wouldn't pay too much attention to it, Charity. And, also, you haven't been getting very good sleep lately. And by lately, I mean just last night. So...
I assume I
the
haven't been
last
sleeping the
3
last
nights,
few
yeah.
nights, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Charity,
a few days have
you've
passed.
been racked with terrifying, horrible dreams basically every time you close your eyes for a second.
I know.
So, Stormbringer, you're from around here?
Yeah.
You recognize these hills?
What, like the specific hill that we're on right now?
Yeah.
I mean, kind of.
What memories do you have attached to this place?
To this specific hill? Not
This
really
specific
any.
hill? So how do you remember it?
What?
We're just gonna, like... Vamaris isn't recovering!
I love it. I love it so much.
Okay.
Catch 22.
It's the perfect response.
What?
What?
What's wrong with you?
That's a proper response to Vamaris.
Indeed.
Fair.
Does that end the conversation?
Stormbringer just looks confused.
Yeah, I was just laughing and then... Yeah.
So Stormbringer,
Yeah.
if you had hypothetically, maybe, possibly, at some point done something that your tribe didn't like, what would that hypothetically be?
Look, I don't appreciate that the Rakshasa was just spreading my hypothetical shit everywhere. So, that's not true.
It's not true.
No, she said that's not true.
Check, Stormbringer. Oh. Make a deception check, though.
I rolled an 18.
Wow, an 18 is... Everyone, you see her struggling with this, but maybe it's true. Maybe that's not actually true. And certainly the Rakshasa would lie. That makes sense.
Let me just nat 20 that
Bullshit.
insight.
Okay, so
Wow.
nat 20 insight. Nah, that's bullshit.
Wow.
She's full of shit.
That is
She's
perfect.
actually covering it up really well for Stormbringer, which means to you that she's taking this actually very seriously to try to lie to you guys. However, it does seem that it is a true.
Charity's just going to kind of raise an eyebrow at Stormbringer. Like, maybe someday you'll feel you can tell your family.
It's not. There's nothing to tell. And if there was something to tell, I wouldn't be not telling it because I don't trust you guys. I would be not telling it because it's something that's maybe I don't like talking about it. It feels bad. But it's not. There's nothing to tell. But if there was, it wouldn't be because I don't love you guys.
Vamaris' smile just grows and grows, and he's looking at all of you, and he's like, I hope this never changes.
I'm gonna reach forward and I'm gonna pat Stormbringer and go, okay, that's good enough. Just, if there's a way that we can help you with things that maybe happened, maybe didn't, just let us know, okay?
Yeah, if we just avoid all people until we're through the mountain.
I mean,
Except, you're not healthy. We need to get you fixed. So we can find people to fix you, and then avoid the rest of the people.
well, and you're going to see Charity actually stop, like, Thank you.
Yeah. You'd do that for me.
I would. Although, so far as I know, I might, of all of us, have the fewest people actively trying to kill me.
I don't think anyone's actively trying to kill me.
You hear a ram's horn in the distance, somewhere off to your left now.
I'm gonna look up at the sky. Son of a bitch.
It's a type of horn that any of us have heard before.
Stormbringer, yeah, you've heard it before. It's very similar to the type of horn that your tribe uses to communicate. You know, coincidentally.
BT dubs.
Mhm. Hey, we should find somewhere to go.
We're
Vamaris,
heading
you also notice, as you're getting much closer to the mountains, you also notice there's a lone figure on kind of the nearest peak that is slowly making his way up with horses, a couple horses, and it's he or she. You can't tell from this distance, but you do see someone moving on the mountain.
And they're east of us.
Yeah, east, a little northeast.
Which is well, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure that they weren't behind us. I know I don't see that. Just clarifying.
Yeah.
I was gonna say at the horn and sort of Stormbringer's reaction, just briefly the halo will flicker around my head. If fire is needed, rest assured there will be fire. But moving along
But you're
seems like a
not
good
healthy.
idea.
Yeah. So we need to just avoid horns.
As you say that, I'm going to clutch my remaining horn.
Not
Please
that.
don't take this.
No, the noise ones.
Oh, okay.
Is Vamaris gonna point out that he saw someone, or
Oh, I thought I did. Sorry.
Yeah, so he tells you.
I'm gonna look up. Oh, good.
does it
I
look
thought
like
the group noticed. My bad.
Not just you.
does it look like a human, or
It's really difficult to tell from this distance. If you had a spyglass, probably you could tell. It's definitely humanoid with a couple horses.
does it look like it sees us? Is it facing us? Can we tell?
No, it's sort of traveling kind of southeast along the mountain's peak a bit.
Okay.
Since we can see this figure and these horses, how big is it in relation to horses?
You would see it's a medium creature.
Okay, because I'm like, that would be noticeable.
Yeah.
Like, oh, good. And it doesn't look like it's necessarily the one that, the position doesn't line up for where the horn blew.
No.
Okay. Well, goody.
Do we keep going?
I think we have to keep going to the falls.
How
So at
close
this
are we?
point, you will enter kind of the mountains proper. The mountains themselves covered in fairly lush trees. Once you sort of get into them, it's actually kind of hard to see them. For example, not like the Colorado mountains that really don't have they're fairly sparse and you can then see for miles and miles and miles. These feel almost a little oppressive. Large trees, very old growth, dots the landscape, and the going slows down and it gets a little harder. It takes another day to get much closer to these Forlorn Mind Falls. And finally, after days and days, you find a path. And the path itself does seem to wind toward where the falls themselves should be.
Do we know the name of the falls?
Yeah.
The Forlorn Mind Falls is,
I'm-
what someone told you it was named.
Right.
It was marked on our map, and the name was written
Yeah.
down and stuff.
Gotcha. Okay.
It was by that one dude, the light guy
I don't remember it.
Have we
We had his name.
in the chat.
that
I
guy?
Know his name. Not all of you know his name.
Did we continue? I think Parrot had asked, did we continue to see the figure with the horses, or?
Oh, nope. That was just that time, and then it disappeared, and you haven't seen it.
Okay, and this
really
path is
since.
narrow, right?
It is pretty narrow, yeah.
So
and
can I
it's
check it
getting
for
into the
progress?
mountains? Please, yeah, give me a survival.
24.
Good, yeah. There's definitely been travel on this path, within the last day even, and it's been you see a couple carts, and oxen probably pulling them. Their tracks are pretty clear.
Okay. And I'll start on the path.
All right. So, all of you are on the path. You again keep winding your way through these mountains. You're going up and up and up. It is definitely starting to get cold. Do you have winter clothing at all?
I'm resistant to cold or something.
I do.
Or something?
I have my ring on.
You do. You are quite comfortable, Mr. Kemp.
So, no, I don't. Can I wrap myself in my blanket?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Burbage
I'm-
gives Vamaris his varsity jacket.
Oh,
Wow.
you're so kind.
All right, sorry.
I'm mountain born, so I'm naturally adapted to cold climates as described in Chapter 5 of the Dungeon Master's Guide, which I have never read. But
Beautiful. Yeah. So it's cold, Stormbringer, but it's nothing you're not. You didn't.
Charity now has on his sort of heavier clothes with then armor, or his normal clothes, then his armor, and then the heavier clothes and cloak, and then sort of has a hat and a scarf on. So basically all you can see is a pair of eyes and a horn.
Yeah. So each morning while you're in these mountains, it does seem to snow just a little bit in the morning, and then kind of by the end of the afternoon, it's melted again. And everything still seems really lush and green around here. And you realize you haven't actually seen snow proper since you left Federo, which just kind of reminded you of the odd chilling effect that was occurring in that city. But as you turn around a mountain's peak and now kind of look down, you see a gorgeous waterfall cascading in several pools. You also see a small, what looks to be kind of a caravan.
But is it a caravan?
It is not a caravan that you can tell.
Damn it.
And it is, and then further on below the mountain, there does seem to be kind of a large encampment. And you had no clue that there were this many around here.
Well, that explains the tracks.
So I requested that we avoid people unless it's to fix Charity. Are these people gonna fix Charity?
We came here
Possibly.
so that you could get your memories back. And we didn't know
Right.
that there were people here.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm gonna pretend that I'm smaller than I am, so you guys pretend I'm a human, okay? And Stormbringer kind of tries to shrink down in her saddle, then pulls her cloak up over her head.
Right. Okay. Sounds good. Give me a performance check to see how believable this performance is.
I'm sure it's great.
It's not
I rolled a 16.
That's actually pretty good, yeah.
Beefy
Yeah,
human.
so you kind of make your features like tuck in a little bit more. From a distance, it's probably hard to tell that you're a Goliath.
I'll sort of...
And would you like to continue? Because it looks like several groups of people at the like several pools of the waterfall. And then further down the mountain, there's a large encampment.
Can we see, like, anything about these people from where we are?
Not a lot. There does seem to be several merchants set up around the falls, and you're pretty sure there's some figures in the falls themselves.
Egan sent us to a tourist trap.
And how cold is it?
It's maybe 45 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's definitely chilly. And it dips into freezing every night, certainly.
Also, seeing Stormbringer trying to hide her features, Charity will sigh and pull off his scarf and hand it to her.
I'm not cold. It's okay. You keep
It's
it.
to hide your face.
Oh. But aren't you gonna be cold?
My shoulder will keep me warm.
What?
Ow.
Your shoulder is warm?
More of a
Burbage, you now see
burning.
someone coming down the path behind you.
Who sees
and
that?
it seems to be you do, Burbage. And it seems to be like 3 elves.
Heads up, guys. We got 3 elves at our 6 o'clock.
What does that mean?
What?
Huh?
Alright. Do you remember when we were fighting the Oni? It's just like that. Alright, just imagine a clock. Do we have clocks here?
Clocks, sure, yeah.
Burbage asked that.
There are 3 Oni behind us? That seems bad. I'm going to set them on fire now.
No, I don't think they're
I'll draw my
Onis.
stars.
I guess they could be Onis, but everybody calm down. I think they're just 3 elves behind us at our 6 o'clock. Oh, alright.
Why does what time it is matter?
No, it's just, so, imagine a clock and it's face up on the ground.
Hello, fair travelers. They've caught up to you by now. What is the good word upon the road?
This
Apparently
place is
there's
closed.
a clock on the road?
Did Vamaris say this place is closed?
Yeah.
I
Just
do not
right
believe
away.
so. I can see from here there are people dancing in the falls themselves.
Yeah, we're about to kick them out too, because this place is closed. It's after hours. After
Well,
business
that's-
hours.
That's terrible.
I'm nodding.
Who are you to close these beautiful falls?
Oh, we're the Forlorn Mind guards.
Vamaris nods.
The what? The Forlorn Mind?
Guards, yeah, the guards of the Forlorn Mind Falls. We used to call ourselves
are-
the Forlorn Mind Falls Guard.
These are the... and he sort of motions to the woman next to him. Give me the papers, hold on. And he's reading them. No. These are not the Forlorn Mind Falls. These are the Emerald Falls. I do not know.
Let me see those, and I'm going to reach for the papers.
He hands them to you, yeah.
Okay.
I'm
I'm going to look at them and look up at him, and I'm going to rip them in half.
Jesus Christ.
That was entirely rude, sir.
I'm sorry.
We were merely travelers hoping to...
And I'm going to mend it, and I'm going to hand it back.
Oh, well, thank you. I suppose no harm done.
Tell
it's
me-
off just a little bit.
Why are you traveling
Here,
this
just hold on to this.
direction?
We are traveling to the Emerald Falls because we are trying to restore our daughter's memory.
I see.
I'm going to look just a little guilty.
You see, our town of Bramshire was... Well, one night it burned entirely. We thought... my wife and I were away, and we thought we'd lost her. But we did find her. She just does not speak. They say that there is a way for these falls to restore memory. But I believe they're called the Emerald Falls. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you're looking for, but if you please would mind, we could pass and be on our way.
Burbage is gonna pull out like a little notepad and like a pen or some kind of writing instrument.
As he does
Alright,
that, real
could you
quick,
just-
Charity, you see that the female elf like starts to pull out like a hand crossbow, and she's like staring at Burbage. And when she sees that it's a notepad, she just kind of puts it back carefully.
And
But Burbage, please continue.
I don't see her do that because I'm
Not at all.
looking down at the paper. All right, just as a matter of just conversation, could you repeat what you just said? Bramshire, could you spell that?
Bramchar.
Char. And did you say that Bramshire, that it burned?
It burned, yes.
All right.
Very few survived. Luckily, our daughter was one of them.
It burned. Very few survived.
I'm sorry, why would guards of waterfalls, need to have this information?
Oh, we aren't guards. We were just fucking with you.
Entirely rude, sir.
It was rude of us, yes, and you may pass.
Wait, what caused Bramshire to burn?
Well, that
Probably
is-
the same thing that caused Wickham to burn.
Alright, Vamaris, I'm trying to have a little control.
Yes, Wickham. Yes, that was another one that had burned.
So,
Some say it is the fire blight.
right, okay, that's what I
would like
figured.
to sure for my daughters. This is why we are going to the falls.
Sorry, I'm writing up a profile of the fire blight, and so these
Oh, so you-
details just kind of
Known
help.
of it yourself, yes. Okay.
You wouldn't know how to contact the fire blight, would you? Trying to get an interview.
No, it is some sort of disease, I believe. Do not think you can contact it.
Alright. I'm gonna put the pen and the notebook away.
You are not very knowledgeable, are you?
Did I say I
general.
was?
No, sir, you did not. Well, we shall continue then.
Yes, sorry about that.
So they, on their horses, continue on, and the youngest elf female just kind of nods at you all. And they're definitely, heading, kind of winding their way around through the trees toward the falls. And now that you've all gotten a little closer, you can definitely see there does seem to be a crowd of people at the falls, but not a lot of tents necessarily set up. So you kind of wonder if people are camping in the large encampment and then traveling up to the falls, which is probably a couple hours journey.
Well,
What would you like to do?
I suppose we've gotten this far. Might as well see if we can get your memories back.
Yeah, and maybe the Forlorn Emerald Falls will fix you too. I don't know what's wrong with you, but I'm worried.
I appreciate that, and yeah, might as well check, I guess.
And we can go swimming.
Sure.
It's nice. It's nice swimming in the mountains.
It's a little
I missed the snow in the mountains.
it's a little chilly for me to want to get into a pool of water, but
No, you said your shoulder would keep you warm.
She's got a point.
Mm-hmm.
just keep going.
Okay.
So you make your way about another half an hour until you get over to the falls, kind of proper. They're very tall, these falls. Kind of a thin stream of water that falls down. And as you get closer, you definitely see someone in the falls themselves, which must be really cold at this altitude. And they're standing in the falls and they're helping. This person is bald and they don't have any shirt on, but they're wearing kind of a large beaded necklace. And they have probably kind of red, really dark red, baggy pants on, and they're helping people into the falls. And you can see that they're like dropping something in the waters. and then that person helps them out of the water again, and they're very, very quickly given a blanket and set by a very large fire to warm up again. And then the process begins with someone else. There is quite a line of people here. Merchants are selling them goods along this little trail leading up to it, and you do see several armed people, kind of with notebooks themselves, taking people's names, and you definitely see that the elven family in front of you had been turned away and told to go to the camp down to spend the night, it seems. And as you're approaching, they kind of wave you all over, making odd eyes at Gary Shambling Mound.
I'll sort of bow slightly as we come forward. Good day.
Yes, hello, are you here for the Emerald Falls?
Yes.
Mysterium of Memory.
Sup?
Yes? Yes, you're here for that.
We had heard that these falls can help recover memories.
Oh, well, yes, the falls do something, sure, but it is the great master himself that really restores the memories.
The great
His name is-
master.
Yes, his name is Kuhn, and he is here to help you. He is the one standing in the falls over there.
The largish fellow with the red pants.
Yes, that's him.
So let me just get this straight. We
Uh-huh.
followed a particular road to get to a place with the name Emerald in it,
Yeah, of
and
course.
now we're told that there's a particular man who does magic and gives people what they want. Is that it?
That's pretty. I assume that's why you came. Yes.
All right, just making sure. Just got. I
Yes.
got
Well,
it.
could I get your names, please? Could I get your names here? There is a bit of a waiting list. I hope that doesn't bother you. But of course, you've traveled for so long that I'm sure it won't.
How long is the wait right now?
Right now, actually, you were lucky. It says merely 2 days.
Oh God, 2 days, guys. Maybe we should just find some other memory restoring falls. There's got to be another place around here.
But do you think that the man or someone else can help Charity?
I mean, maybe.
Someone here.
And I'm just...
I think it's more important that we recover your memories, Stormbringer.
Is it? Charity seems pretty fucked up.
I don't know if this man can help with that, but we could ask.
Okay.
What is it you need help with?
Our friend here would like to restore her memories.
Well, yes, of course. That's what the falls do.
And,
Master.
I was scratched by a Rakshasa.
A what? Speak common, please.
All right, yeah, sorry. Allow me to explain. A Rakshasa is basically just like a devilish fiend.
Okay. Seems a bit redundant to say a devilish fiend, but yes, go on.
Not necessarily. If you,
It's bestowed a
well,
curse
all right.
upon me. I'd like that removed.
Yeah, well, he's.
Oh, well, in the encampment, the military certainly have set up some healing. Perhaps some of the clerics there could help you.
The military?
Okay.
Yes, well, they're not associated with the Emerald Falls. They're just, well, they're using this as a chance for recruitment.
Which
There's
military?
a war going on, obviously. Goholnia's troops.
Ah.
And you mentioned Master Kuhn, was it?
Cute, yeah.
How long has he been here?
Oh, they say he's always been here. In these Emerald Falls.
He's been in the water all the time?
He's the only one that can withstand it.
Okay, that's totally not true. I bet I can stand in the water for like twice as long as he has.
Oh, it is, madam. It is quite cold. I would not recommend
I
it.
was like born in cold. You only adopted cold.
And at last, Stormbringer has gone full Bane.
That is true, I suppose. But Master Kuhn has been here longer than any of us. He's the one that discovered the Emerald Falls and was able to harness its magical properties.
And
They
now
say the
he
water
sees
is
anybody that
green at
comes.
times. Oh yes, he'll see anyone who comes. He's just waiting. You do have to. Do you know how the falls work? You take your emerald up. He helps you withhold it into the very stream, and then you let it go. And by the time the emerald disappears into the water, your memories will have returned to you.
Uh-huh.
They say that the harder you can hold on to that emerald, the longer it takes, the more pure those memories will be.
I can hold an emerald forever.
Oh, madam, I do not doubt it.
I'm also gonna, at this I'm gonna message Cantrip Burbage. So, Burbage, you're well acquainted with the seedier sides of making money. This feels like a scam to me.
Yeah, totally a scam.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Vamaris, you see the next figure that goes in. They're rather short, somewhat plump dwarf. And it's a little hard to see as they're in the water. They seem to almost lose their balance. And this Master Kuhn catches them very quickly and pulls them up out of the water and sets them aside, and it gives them a blanket. And as they pass by the rest of the waterfall, this figure shakes the water from his hair and is drying off with towels and blankets and setting by a fire. And as he sort of puts the towel down around the rest of him and his face is clear, you're staring at Meepus from across the pond.
Holy fucking
It's
shit.
Meepus.
I feel, okay, you say that, Charity's gonna look up, huh, it's Meepus.
Bastard, I wonder what he saw.
Wait, why would he have things to try to remember?
You did drink a lot in Federo.
Oh.
Burbage is gonna start going right toward Meepus.
Oh, sir, no, please. You cannot pass into this until it is your turn.
No, it's all
We'll
right.
call
We
you
go
at-
way back. We go way back.
And his memory
No,
of,
sir, you cannot
Burbage will be much
interact
clearer
with the
now.
process.
Meepus, you piece of shit.
You're pretty sure the falls are too loud at this point for him to hear you.
Is there anything stopping me from like keeping
I mean,
on
this
going?
this guard has definitely stopped you. If you want to try to run around him, that is your prerogative.
I'm gonna try to do like a little like fake out move, like go left but then go right instead.
Excellent. You do that. You fake him out immediately. Go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw.
Why?
No reason. A 9. You are frozen in place, Burbage, as a very tall drow woman sort of saunters over. She says, "Little one, you should not be here. This is a place of peace. Please respect the process."
Can I talk?
No. She turns you around with a wave of her hand, and you start walking back toward Charity. She seems pretty powerful, and was very purposefully, seemingly hidden from the group. She kind of stepped out of a tent very, very quickly. So this does seem to be very protected magically here.
Just tell me, I guess, when I become unfrozen.
Yeah, you walk back to Vamaris and Charity and Stormbringer, and now you are free to go.
God.
So I guess we're waiting 2 days.
Mister, would you like to put your name down?
We are currently engaged in a matter of some urgency. Is there any way to expedite the waiting times?
Well, there are some ways, if need be.
Could we arm wrestle for it?
There is some paperwork that I could fill out on your behalf, but it is a very long and tedious process that perhaps I could get you in, maybe even tonight.
Indeed, and of course we wouldn't want you to go through such trouble without, I don't know, having some shared consideration, shall we say.
Oh, that is very kind of you indeed. Yes, what would you think was fair for skipping all these pilgrims 2 days worth? All the riffraff and the people suffering for memories all around you. What do you think that's worth to you to butt in front of them?
With the way he's saying it, do I feel like he's saying no, absolutely not, there's no way? Or
No, he's trying to drive up the price.
he's just trying to drive up the price. Okay, I was just making sure.
Yeah. No, you got very quickly that he could be bought.
I'm gonna sort of message Cantrip to Burbage. What would a bribe for this normally be?
Jeez, I, Adam, have been consistently bad at estimating these kinds of things.
Can he roll something for this, Andy?
Yeah. Give me an intelligence check to gauge the situation and try to get what a fair bribe would be. A 7. 500 gold pieces, probably.
I'm gonna sort of, jovially and very clearly non-threateningly, sort of like pat him on the shoulder, like, of course. We're all travelers, etc. of the world. I was wondering if perhaps there would be some things that we could trade that you might find useful personally.
Oh, well, perhaps. What do you have in mind?
I was wondering if it seems like this is probably difficult to meet work where it's difficult to meet lots of people.
Oh, you're telling me. What's going on here? Are you coming on to me?
I'm gonna look at him. Does he seem Burbage's type?
I mean,
no. I'm like,
most people seem Burbage.
I'm gonna say no.
That is patently inaccurate.
But yes, he does.
I'm gonna say no. Not so much that. It's more by way of on some of our travels, which, as you've mentioned, have been quite long. We came across a potion that has the effect of causing people to become fond of you, shall we say?
Oh. Interesting. Go and give me a persuasion check.
18? Oh, wait, sorry.
Guidance.
21.
Anyone, if they were to drink it, how does it work? Do I drink it? Do they drink it?
I believe you understand that these things rarely come, amidst the hordes of the undead, etc., with full instruction manuals. That
I suppose
you should have them drink it while they're in your presence.
Yes. Okay. Well, yes. I'll put you on for tonight.
Very good.
Come back when just before evening, and I'll make sure you get in.
That sounds very
but
good.
I do need your names. Who actually wants to go into the waterfall?
I do.
Vamaris. I'm sorry. Nope, he wouldn't know that. What am I saying? Nope, that's nothing. Sorry.
I
It was
do.
Andy, not him. In your name, sir?
Corin.
Corin. Okay, Corin.
And I do.
Yes. And your name? Please don't lie to me.
No. My name
You're
is
obviously,
Snow.
You're obviously about to lie to me.
No, I don't. I don't do that.
Her name is Stormcloud.
No, it's Snow Storm Cloud.
It is
Her name-
Stormcloud
Yeah.
or not?
Her name
It
is
What?
Storm. Okay.
Her name is Stormcloud.
Okay, Stormcloud.
No.
Ah, God, this is barely worth a potion. Who else? Anyone? You two?
If it's possible,
Anything you
yes.
need to remember or forget?
Oh, there's lots of things on
Or
both sides.
forget?
So would you like to go in to the falls?
Yes.
It makes you forget things.
Your name?
No, seriously though, does it make you forget things?
Yeah, why are you just ignoring my question?
I apologize, ma'am. It can. If this is something you wish, you would talk to Kuhn.
Huh.
So it has the power to affect memory, generally.
It does, yes.
Ah, I understand. My name is Charity.
Charity. All right. And you, sir, do you want to go in?
Yeah, sure. Why the fuck not?
I
I'm
like your
staring
spirit.
over at Meepus while I say that.
I like your spirit. What's your name?
Burbage.
Sir?
Camp.
Burbage Kemp. Okay, excellent. All right. And he tears off a sheet of paper and hands it to like kind of an assistant, who goes down then into the toward the encampment. So the encampment will have your names if you choose to stay the night. This would give you access to any kind of equipment you would need to pay for, obviously, but it would there's a few tents that are available. You could stay in those. Or you could just wait here right now until this evening. Maybe talk to the merchants. But you make sure you have your emeralds. And yes, I'll see you again tonight.
Wait,
Where do we get
the
our emerald?
Oh, from one of the merchants, just back here. Several of them sell emeralds.
Oh, of course.
So you're free to go if you'd like. But yeah, come back before evening has fully landed.
What time is it now?
So it's about noon at this point.
Okay.
So you got about 5 hours or so.
And
Oh,
you said that the encampment seemed like it was a couple hours away.
Yeah.
And just as a point of clarification, sir,
Yes.
another name for the Emerald Falls would be the Forlorn Mind Falls, correct?
You see him kind of like stiffen up a little bit. He sort of looks back and forth between all of you. No, I'm afraid it's called the Emerald Falls. I've never heard of the Forlorn Mind.
I squint
Sorry.
at him. Can I do a squint check?
Yes, which is called insight.
Oh, right. I forgot.
Call it squint check from now on. Yeah.
Squinted real good.
18. He does seem to be lying, you believe.
That was an 18, by
Yeah.
the way.
He does seem to be lying to you.
Alright. Yeah, okay. Thanks for the, clarification.
You're welcome.
And
Why
what
are
was
we
your
all
name again?
talking like this?
Because, Charity, for clarification. Sorry, I
my
missed
name
your
is-
name. What was it, sir?
My name is Dubney.
Dubney.
Dudney?
Dubney.
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 Friends call me Doob.
Okay, Dube.
Thank you. We'll see you.
Oh, are
this
we
evening.
friends? Good. And that potion, I assume?
Indeed. This evening.
Yes, this evening. Aha, okay, very good.
See
you
you
then.
this evening, Dubney.
All right, yes.
I hope you have a good remainder
Mr.
of your
Kim.
day.
All right. So yeah, you kind of move then in. There are people kind of in a line, literally in a line, waiting to go up to the falls. And then on either side of this path, where they're waiting in line, are several small carts filled with vendors. This all seems to be very normal equipment. If you need to buy anything, now would be a good time. But several of them are jewelers as well, and have a wide array of gemstones.
So it's pretty much standard stuff like from the handbook?
Yes, yeah.
Any magical items?
You don't see any. They definitely don't have any on display, though they have some nice weapons and armor if you needed it.
Any healing potions?
You don't see any potions here, no. Nor scrolls.
Anyone who looks like they might be a cleric or...
Not up here.
Anything.
They said that probably down in the encampment there would be.
Okay.
So I'll look at some of the jewelers.
Okay.
What sort of types of emeralds do they have? Do they carry diamonds?
They do have a few diamonds. Mostly it seems like those are for display. They're not actually expecting to sell a bunch of those. But they have a vast array of emeralds that are available for purchase. And one older woman sort of hands up an emerald and says, "Have you got your emerald yet, dearie?"
I was looking over the stocks.
"Oh yes, this is a fine one. This brings back fond memories of loves lost, loves gone from you."
Does Stormbringer look like she is about to kill this old woman?
Stormbringer just looks kind of distracted and confused.
Okay, so there's no potential confusion about...
The rules of engagement for old women generally.
Oh, no. Well, I'm not sure she's noticed the old woman so much.
Okay. But it is for you, dearie. 100 gold pieces.
You're small. Leave me alone. I'm looking for big people.
Oh, that's odd. Okay.
That's just how she is.
Don't worry, I get all kinds here.
Indeed. What kinds do you get?
Wait, you're wrinkly and small.
Oh, you're kind of chubby, aren't you?
Hey, no, I'm big, and I think maybe you're evil.
No, you have lots of muscles, especially around the middle part. I get lots,
You have
lots of
wrinkles
kinds
around
of
your
people
face
here.
part.
Your friend is rude.
I'm not getting into this.
You did call.
Are you just looking for a quick emerald or something specific, dear?
Does it matter what type of emerald we take?
No, just any sort of emerald that you have.
So if I were to buy a big emerald, it wouldn't have any effect. I could take this two different size emeralds.
No, some of the bigger ones will bring back very, very fond memories. Some of the smaller ones will return memories, but they might be a
Now
little
I
more
feel like you're
random.
contradicting your...
What happens if you go in, say, holding 5 emeralds?
Well, only one is needed, but I would make it a big one if you are really, really hoping for something.
Do you have sort of a... Does her cart have any diamonds?
It does, yeah. Yeah, she's got a couple probably worth about 200 gold pieces.
Tell me, would these diamonds here, how much for them?
I could probably about 200 apiece.
And if I were to, say, buy that and some emeralds from me and my friends here, perhaps a slight discount?
Oh dear, all of you. What kind of emeralds are you looking for?
Let's say...
I have the best.
Let's say the quality that you would get from someone who sells the best, but of moderate size.
Oh, dearie, yes, of course. For 4 of those, plus diamond. Well, I could spare those for about 1,000 gold pieces.
Charity, I don't know if we can trust her. She's really old. And remember the last old?
That sounded so expensive.
The last old was literally a demon.
Yeah, and it wanted to kill all old people. But that's because it was an old or
Wait, what?
You lost me, Stormbringer.
I lost me too. It was pretending to be an old person, so it wanted to kill all old people so that it could be the only old person.
Is that really the case?
So we can't trust her.
So, as this is going on, Andy, for the price quoted for like the 4 emeralds and then the 2 diamonds, does the 1,000 seem like any discount has come in?
It does, yeah. So if each of those was maybe 300 or so, she took a chunk off, yeah.
And the diamonds were each about 200, you said, so that'd be 400 of diamonds. Okay.
Oh, you want both of the diamonds?
Yeah.
Okay, good, yeah.
How much gold did we have, or in the chest
6K.
that we got from the stable master?
6,000, I think.
Okay.
Charity, or Galway, have you checked to make sure that they're actually real gems?
I would be especially checking like the diamonds, probably, because I think you said she handed them to me.
With the diamonds, you could check them Arcana wise. With the others, you would kind of need a gem jeweler's kit, probably.
Okay.
I don't know if anyone has that, but
I will check the diamonds with Arcana.
okay.
An 11.
Yeah, with that, they are serviceable for magic use. So you from that get that they're real. You're not exactly sure of how awesome they are as far as diamonds go, but
Like
they are certainly real diamonds.
I don't necessarily think that, oh yeah, no, these are jewelry quality diamonds, but I do look at them and think, yeah, that's 400 gold pieces of diamonds for the purposes of magic.
Yes, yes.
Do I see any more like moderately priced emeralds elsewhere, or?
There are several carts, yeah. I mean, some of them range from about 50 gold pieces each emerald to like 400 or 500.
It's your call, and it's my money.
Well,
Point of order, part of it, it's partly my money too, right?
Shut up.
Okay.
I'm gonna say to her, I'm like, well, I want to make sure that everyone is, but here, and I'm going to hand her the 400 gold for the diamonds.
Okay.
And thank you.
Ah, yes. Well, if you want a discount on smaller ones, just let me know. But after you buy the diamonds, I'll go back to my normal prices.
Do you have something, perhaps just... I'm gonna sort of like almost take her aside. Like, look, in all honesty, only one of my friends really has memories to recover. So the rest of them I'm just kind of indulging because they wanted to go along, and so I don't, want to drop the really good stuff on them.
Can I hear that?
I'm being quiet.
Were you listening?
I am listening, but he is being quiet, so can I hear
Give me
that?
a perception check, then.
Okay. 14.
No, you don't.
Okay.
Oh, dearie, so buy the cheapest ones for the friends and buy this better one for the one that needs it. I understand your plight.
Hey.
600 for the lot.
And I'll say to her like quietly, how about 7 for 2 of the better ones and 2 of the, meh.
Oh, well, yes, okay, fine. I get it from you. I can tell that, I can see it in your eyes. There is someone who actually needs this. Not everyone who comes here needs it. I get it.
I want to insight check her.
All right.
11?
What are you looking for?
Do I think she's on the up and up with, like, these are real emeralds?
Yes. Yeah.
I guess it's kind of that, and I don't feel any, like, outright ill intent from her.
No, right. Yeah. I mean, she's definitely trying to make money, but beyond that, you can't really tell.
I don't feel anything outright malicious or,
No,
oh no, she's lying straight up and down. These are coal.
No, not at all. No.
Okay, I'm gonna message back and be like, I'm gonna actually message back to Vamaris. I haggled the price down a little bit. It's down to 700.
Okay, that's doable.
Okay.
I'll return back to wherever that chest is. And
All right.
gold.
Yeah, Gary Shambling kind of regurgitates it onto the ground.
Oh, that's where we're keeping it. Oh, I don't know why I didn't know that.
It's the safest place, probably.
It is.
Because anybody who gets to see the inside of a shambling mound is in no position to be worried about stealing a chest.
Okay, so yeah, we get the gold and we'll get the emeralds.
All right. So you have 2 fairly nice emeralds, 2 generally crappy emeralds.
I'm gonna hand Vamaris and Stormcloud the 2 nice emeralds.
Okay.
Hey, thanks for the treasure. Why are we just hanging out here anyways?
Because I don't
Stormbringer's just been looking around, like, kind of staring at everyone this whole time. She looks like she's kind of freaked out about being here.
Because we'd be traveling 2 hours down to a military encampment with even more people to wait there for an hour and then come back here.
I mean, this is just a lot of people, is all I'm saying.
Military encampment with more people.
Sometimes big people can make themselves look like small people.
Wait, do you think that we only needed 1 emerald?
Each person that goes in needs 1.
Yeah, but is it like completely used up? Or could the person come out and then hand the emerald off?
They let go of it, dude.
Oh, they let go of it.
Guys,
I'm not gonna let go of it though.
I mean, I'm not going to because I'm a really
Yeah,
strong
right. So
big person.
what if we were able to hold on?
I mean,
Are you having this conversation in front of the old lady?
Yeah.
Dearie, you can't hold on to it. It won't return your memories. It's by the time the emerald hits and disappears into the water. That's when everything floods back to you.
Oh
Yes.
God, you guys are running a good scam.
Aren't we though? I mean, no, it's not a scam. It's
I'm gonna
theory.
I'm gonna smile at her. Is there anywhere to get a drink around here? Food?
Well, you're not gonna love it. They sell some of the water from the falls in buckets just over there. But they're about 10 gold pieces for a couple drinks.
People go in there.
I'm sorry?
People go in the falls, so they're selling people-flavored water.
No. They take some of the water from the source up above.
But
See,
I know how
you can see one of
fountains
them.
work, and it's just this infinite loop that cycle.
Oh, no. It's the water comes very directly from that area up there. And you can see one of them climbing down right now with a couple buckets.
But
You
it's
do
just
definitely
people
see
flavor.
Yeah, you definitely see a Goliath now climbing down with 2 large buckets.
I see
on
a
either side.
Goliath climbing down.
Yeah. Yep, on either side of him.
Stormbringer's gonna kind of duck down and try to look like a human size again. Anyway, we
He's
should
always-
go somewhere else. With less people, you guys. We should go hide somewhere until it's time to go break into the encampment or whatever we're doing tonight. I wasn't listening.
Oh dear, please don't break into the encampment. Many of us live there.
She's not. She was just.
Oh, don't dear. Or at the very least, have this conversation elsewhere. You'll. I'd like to sell my emeralds to other travelers, please.
So we'll maybe move away a bit.
Yeah, we'll get out of the way.
Okay.
As we move, can Burbage give Stormbringer some pointers about how to look smaller than she is?
Sure.
He is very good at being small.
He is very good at being stealthy and small. Yeah. And where would you like to move to? There's definitely off the road a little bit behind you from where you came in. There's kind of a little area with what looks to be some makeshift tables and stuff. You can kind of hide out back there.
Sure, that works.
All right, you make your way around. You sit there. There's an elven woman who eventually comes over and says, could I get you anything to drink? We have some of the emerald water, if you'd like some of that, or we have
People water.
I could go fetch some beers, an ale or two. We have a little bit of whiskey, if you'd like that. And that's a little weird because there's no one else over here. But it seems like there's kind of a waitress for these tables.
Milk for me, please.
Milk.
Nothing for me.
Is it okay if it's not cow's milk?
What is it?
Other than.
Is it
I heard other milk.
flavored milk?
No, not people. No, that's disgusting.
I agree.
Aye.
Don't know why you're selling people water.
So the milk, is that okay?
Sorry, sorry, what kind of milk is it?
Ah.
Uh-huh.
What?
Why are you dodging the question?
Oh, no reason. It's from something that's like a cow.
A horse?
Horses are not very like cows.
A buffalo?
It's like a buffalo.
Just stop with the suspense. Just tell
A
us.
bison?
I mean, it's kind of like a bison.
Oh my god.
An alpaca.
No, not an alpaca.
I don't care anymore.
Colder.
You're
What?
getting colder.
What animal is it from?
It's from a cow.
You said it wasn't.
Yeah, I was just teasing earlier. Haha. Big
Then-
tease I am.
You seem disingenuous.
That's not right.
Look, alright, can I just say something?
Yes.
We're just customers here, alright? So
Uh-huh.
if you tell us the truth about what the milk is from,
Okay.
and we don't like it, then we're just going to order something else. Do you understand that? What is your vested interest in deceiving us on this front?
Oh,
I don't understand.
No. I. Okay, fine. It's from an ankeg.
A what?
An ankeg.
Have any of us heard of this animal before?
Don't show it to me. That's creepy.
That does not look like a cow.
12 nature check.
Describe that
an
for the
ankeg?
podcast.
You're not a. Yeah. It is.
Horrifying.
Burbage, you don't exactly know a lot about ankeg, but they are giant insect-like creatures that are actually quite dangerous.
Okay, yeah.
So,
Yeah, I'll have that.
Oh, well, that wasn't so hard. Okay, yes. The rest of you.
Nothing.
I have so many questions.
Nah.
Why do you have an ankeg?
It's a friend of my boss.
It's a friend?
That's a friend. You have
Burbage
a shambling
is-
mound over there.
Yeah, well, that's different.
How are
That's
you,
your friend?
how are you
Yeah?
milking an insect?
Very carefully.
What's its name?
We called him Anki.
Anki.
What's the point of drinking the water from the falls?
Tastes good. Look, what do you want from me?
Burbage is gonna kick Vamaris
I don't
under
even
the
know
table.
anymore.
I'll give you a shot of whiskey for free if just we stop with the questions.
I'm gonna message cantrip Vamaris. Hey Vamaris, let's sneak away and go look for this ankheg so you can talk to it.
Why?
Because it would be cool to have some antics, some shenanigans before tonight. What do you think?
Didn't Burbage just say he hated all the side stuff?
Yeah, he did.
Stop! Stop it! Stop calling out inconsistencies in Burbage's character.
I think the inconsistencies are a consistency, though.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah,
the thing
yeah,
is
it's all
that
good.
like we're at these falls anyway. Like we've got to
Yeah.
do something in the meantime. So
And you,
But I
So-
don't want to piss off the locals.
I was gonna say,
It's
and
also a story. We can we don't have to in real time describe it.
I was gonna
We
say,
can skip ahead a little.
I
if you
don't
want.
think we were going to have to wait 4 hours to get to going to the falls. I'm pretty sure if we stopped ramming filler in here, it would just, harp music, and then suddenly it's evening.
all right, well it's too late now. So Parrot, are you saying that Vamaris genuinely does not have interest in talking to this creature?
No, did you see its token? It looks scary.
Okay, if you're saying
That's canon, right? He showed us its token.
Yeah. You provided us with a visual aid for what an ankheg looks like. So yeah,
was
that's
this like in a picture in a locket?
yeah.
Yeah,
It's Anki.
small drawing. It's a small drawing of Anki that
Who
she
drew
kept
it?
around her.
All right,
She drew it. She said, "Yeah."
Burbage is gonna roll his eyes and put his head down and take a nap at the table.
Okay.
I- Thank you.
I'm gonna sneak
Time
off and look at the Anki.
God damn it.
God damn it!
Holy shit.
I'm crying.
Vamaris. Okay.
Or,
Do you
or
want to
can,
do-
can I go see the Anki? Like, not stealthy? Can I just go see it? Can I look at it?
Do you? When she brings back your drinks, you can ask.
Okay.
And it's a gold piece for everything.
Okay.
And she brought you a free shot of whiskey as well for whoever wants that. And she
Water.
says, well, I mean, I suppose tonight I could sneak you in if you wanted. I could probably sneak you in a lot of places if you wanted. She winks at you.
I'm gonna squint. I don't follow.
Insight check.
Sex?
Oh,
She's
yeah,
hitting,
no
she's
thanks.
Yeah.
hitting on you.
Yeah. Well,
I'd much rather look at the bug.
Is that a you? Which now I'm
What?
confused.
Why are you guys laughing?
I've not heard it called that before.
Harry, you're making a noise.
I can't believe
Uh,
Burbage
well-
is sleeping through this.
Yeah.
You did it.
I'll come back later. See if you need anything, darling.
All right, come on, Andy. What
Yeah?
sex? What sex is our server? It's a she, right?
Yeah.
She wasn't offended by Vamaris saying, "I'd much rather look at the bug."
No, she was confused at what the bug meant.
Okay, gotcha. That's fair.
She wasn't sure what he was into.
But she's gone away now.
Oh, thank God.
I don't think that went that well.
I'm Charity's gonna look at you. And that's a sign that you're learning.
Aw.
I just wanted a new form.
Stormbringer, you're kind of keeping an eye on that Goliath who's climbing down.
Yeah.
Is
He
he still
finally
climbing
kind of got down.
Okay.
And yeah, he got down and he is disappeared now into the merchant area. But you haven't seen him.
Okay, I'm watching for any others too.
Did we not have harp music?
Time passes. And it's almost evening. So you could probably
I'm
go
gonna
find your man again.
say to Stormbringer, I hope you didn't mind that I bartered that potion that the lady gave you at the Faravan. Sorry, Farnival.
No, I wasn't ever going to use it. I don't understand the point of it.
Yeah, just all of that, yeah. So I'll take that from her.
Okay.
And yeah, we'll head back over.
All right. The line is dying down, definitely. It seems like the last people that were listed for today, most of them have already gone. There's just a few now in front of you. And he kind of ushers you over and motions you in, sort of like, oh, quickly now. I can take your horses and whatever that is.
And I'll basically hand it to him, not palming it in the sense of absolutely hiding it, but handing it over to him along with like a few silver,
Okay.
and a little something for the drink to put it in.
Oh, yes, okay. That's very kind of you. Okay, now, I can take your horses and that thing over to the other side where we'll meet you when you're done and you've dried off. Yeah. Thank you again. I appreciate it. And Burbage, your stomach is kind of rumbling a little bit. That Ankheg milk isn't sitting really well with you. But it did taste good at the time.
Okay, thank you.
But now you're in line. Who's up first? It's about your turn.
I'm first. Burbage is first.
Okay. And which emerald do you have, Burbage? The small one, I
It's
believe?
a small one.
Some
Okay.
small crappy emerald that Charity gave me. Piece of
Yeah.
shit.
All right, so
Love you too,
the
buddy.
person before you goes, they hold as hard as they can, they hold the gem up in the waterfall, and this man, this Kuhn, like holds it there with them, helps them, and then they drop it and it falls into the water, and sort of tumbles lost over the falls, and the person gets back from the waterfall and hugs Kuhn, and then disappears on the other side, being greeted with blankets and a very large fire. And then Kuhn seems to motion for you, Burbage, to come up next. And why doesn't everyone jump off right now except for Burbage to have this little experience?
Okie doke.
All right, Burbage.
I want to be hiding my face from it first.
Okay.
With the Fireblight cult mask.
You put the Fireblight cult mask on?
Yes.
Sorry, I didn't mean that to sound so incredulous. Okay. Alright, then... Okay. He motions you up, and you have to kind of climb a few stones, and then you start to wade into the pool of water. And it's very cold. The water is biting at you. And you come up to him, and he says, "Greetings, pilgrim. Please, grasp your emerald tight, put it into the water, and let it go. And by the time it disappears, your memories will return to you."
And Andy, just to be
Yes.
clear, I haven't misunderstood anything.
Uh-huh.
This is Meepus.
No, this isn't Meepus. No, the person who is in the water and got dried off is now next to the fire is Meepus. That might change a lot for you. No, this is not Meepus at all.
Holy shit! I have been misreading the situation from the beginning, Andy.
That might be my fault. I'm sorry about that.
No, it's
no.
completely on me. I clearly wasn't listening. I thought that Meepus was running this scam and that he took on this identity as Kuhn.
No, he seems to have been a traveler that has partaken in this.
All right, well, let's make this canon. Burbage must have seen Meepus in the water, and
Yeah.
he was real confused at the time. But now that he's up close, he sees that this isn't Meepus.
Yeah.
All right. He's going to take off the Fireblight mask.
That is a strange mask, but I'm glad to see your actual face. Now, please, the emerald. Go into the waterfall itself. It will be very, very cold, but I am here to help you.
Yeah, thanks. About that, can I be honest with you about something?
Look, there are many pilgrims today yet to go. Please, this is why you came here, no?
Well, not really. I came here because I thought that you were somebody else, and I was just gonna fuck with him for a bit. So now I'm just feeling a bit different about everything.
Do you not want the memories returned? Do you want to forget something?
Forget something. Ooh. A little bit of an eternal sunshine kind of thing, maybe. What would I like to forget? Oh, yeah, there is this one defining part of my backstory that I think I might benefit from forgetting.
Well, you don't have to tell me what it is. You just have to keep it in your mind as you let go of the emerald.
All
The
right.
waterfall will do the rest.
Yeah. I mean, okay. I actually need to think through this, Andy, because I need to
You are taking too long, sir. Please, one of your friends must come up. You can stand aside and think for a moment.
This is Adam thinking, not Burbage.
You obviously were not ready for this. Move aside. I will get someone else in here.
All right. Yeah, Burbage will step aside. Step aside. Wait, is Meepus anywhere around?
You don't see him anymore by the fire. That was hours ago.
God damn it. I can't believe I misread all of this. All right, well, then Burbage is just going to, I guess, go sit by the fire and think
you can
about...
just wait for Stormbringer. She's coming up now.
Right,
you can just wait in the pool, shivering while she comes up.
Okay.
Yeah, but my ring is keeping me kind of warm, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So Burbage didn't actually go into the waterfall.
Oh.
He sort of talked to Kuhn, and Kuhn motioned you over very quick because it looked like Burbage is taking too long.
Hey, Burbage, should you be by the fire?
I sense that your name is Storm Cloud. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Oh,
Snowstorm
good.
Cloud.
Yes, excellent. I'm glad I have perceived this from my mind. Please come.
Uh-huh.
Now grasp your emerald tight.
Okay.
Think as hard as you can of what you want to try to remember.
But I don't know what I try to remember.
No.
Because I don't remember it.
Think of a time period in your life where you have forgot something you need to remember. And go into the falls.
But I can't remember that.
Oh my god, this is taking so long. Does someone else need to go?
No, I
need
just
time?
don't understand the instruction. How can I think of something I don't remember?
Think of a time period in your life. General. Is this something recently that you want to remember?
Yeah, pretty recent.
Okay, that is all you need to do. Just grasp your emerald tight, go into the waterfall. I will help you. You will release it when you are ready, and by the time the emerald hits the water and disappears,
Okay,
you will have remembered.
But first, your guard said that you stand in here all the time, and I think I can stand in this cold water longer than you. So first, we gotta have a contest, okay?
This is not what this is. What are you doing?
No, your guard said.
Yes, I know. I know what my guide said. All of you are taking too long. This is a very short process. If you are not ready for this, I will find someone who is.
Okay, I'm getting in the water, but I'm gonna stay in the water until one of us gets...
Stormbringer, yeah, you go up into the stones, you wade into the pool of water here, and it is very cold. It is biting. But he's still just motioning you toward the waterfall to do your thing.
I walk up to him.
Are you ready, little one?
I think so, yeah. So,
Oh,
I mean, there's
good.
something that I remember that brings me a lot of angst.
Okay.
And I'm just, I think I want to forget it.
Okay.
But I think eventually, I suspect that if I'm ever going to overcome it, I'm going to need to contend with it directly.
Oh my god, I don't need your whole backstory.
No, I'm not going to tell you. Yeah, it's a long story. I'm not going to get into it.
Please, are you ready or not? You can go.
You know what? I need to think about it a bit more.
Oh
right?
my
Just one
God.
second.
Okay, I'm gonna go, but
Okay.
I'm gonna also stay in the water, okay?
You
Deal?
can fine. Begin the process.
Okay, what am I doing?
Okay, and Burbage, why don't you hop off for then a second?
Okay,
I'll get you back. So you are to Stormbringer. You're to hold your emerald, go into the waterfall itself, and then release the emerald.
Okay.
Is the instruction
Well, thinking of the thing that I can't remember.
in general? Yes.
Okay. So Stormbringer will do that. She's
Alright.
trying really hard to look stoic and like the cold doesn't bother her at all.
Okay. Give me a Constitution saving throw to see how much it bothers her.
I rolled a 13.
Okay. It when it hits you, it takes your breath away. This is an incredibly cold waterfall. It's very difficult for you to even hold up as much as you can the emerald. It's taking kind of all your strength, and you're sort of very quickly going numb. Would you like to release the emerald?
So Stormbringer doesn't fully understand that she's not supposed to just hold on to the emerald forever. So
Kyun is
she's
next
not
to
gonna
you.
let go.
He's next to you in the waterfall. Please release.
No, but then it wins. I want to win.
Your hand goes numb and it releases the emerald on its own.
Okay.
And it kind of jerks, almost like it got hit by something, almost like something like in the waterfall, like fell on you a bit. And the emerald tumbles down into the water, disappears. And Stormbringer, you have immediately moments from your childhood rushing back to you that you haven't remembered in a long time. But mostly, your memories start to form again around Rober. You remember first her eyes, her smile, her voice again. You remember what her hair smells like now. You remember your feelings for her. You remember that night again where you slept together and that terrifying beast barged in and threw you out the window. You remember all of Roburn again, meeting her on the caravan, talking with her on the boat, having drinks and laughs, your wrestling matches, how she cheered you on when you were playing Kundu, one of the greatest moments of your life, and she was there. Stormbringer, you remember everything again about Roburn. And I gotta say, it's good that you're in a waterfall, because whether you like it or not, there are tears in your eyes that are now washed away entirely by the waters. You are now incredibly cold, Stormbringer, and Kyun motions you to get out on the other side.
Do I remember what she looked like without her necklace?
Almost. You feel if you stay in the water a little longer, that would even come to you too.
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of motion back at him while crying. And just be like, no,
Okay.
wait!
All right, give me one more Constitution saving throw.
I got a 16.
A 16 is good. All right. Oh, you stay in the water. You're really attempting now to put all of this together, and you're trying to access something that would very literally was erased from you. And you get a moment now. You see a giant attacking you. You had no idea what this giant was doing at the inn, that you've for some reason been here for now 3 days. The giant is attacking. It slams against you and puts you, nearly topples you over into the river. And then you see Roburn next to you, and she sort of pulls back her hood. Her skin immediately goes scaly, but like a scaly blue. And she's got a very like white lines kind of coming off of a snout. She is covered in these kind of brilliant blue scales, and her talons grow long, and she almost busts out of her armor as she grows taller and stronger than you've ever seen, Roburn. And she growls in this mighty deep growl. And as you're watching her, your mind is trying to forget her, but the waterfall is forming her around you again. And you see her several times then in the caravan reveal her true form and attack whatever it was that needed to be killed. And you remember forgetting. And now you seem to know more about Roburn than any living person. And there's something that feels really satisfactory about that.
She was amazing, Corby. How could I forget her? And I'm crying and kind of leaning on the big guy's shoulder.
Listen, I understand. Please.
She was so big, though.
Look into
No
the
wonder
fire.
she could wrestle me.
The fires themselves will calm you, I promise. You will get over there, you will eat a biscuit, and you will feel much better.
Okay, but if anyone asks, I stayed in the water longer than you.
Okay, I will tell them.
Okay. I'll go over to the fire, still crying and sniffling a little.
All right. Why don't you then hop off, Stormbringer, and we'll get Burbage back.
Okay.
Well done. Burbage. Burbage. Burbage.
I'm here. I made it.
Aha! Okay. So you now see Stormbringer moving away from the waterfall, having dropped her emerald. And you see her now covering her eyes and her face. And she gets thrown blankets on her. And she immediately goes and sits by the fire and kind of stares into it blankly. And now he motions you up. Okay, friend, little one. Did you decide? Is there something you wish to remember or something you wish to forget?
All right. I've been thinking about it, and I'm pretty sure there's whatever. I mean, if there's something that it's something I want to forget. Now,
okay.
What kind of success rate would this whole Emerald Forlorn Mind Waterfall business have?
This is not a precise magic. You must think of it in your head. You must concentrate on it, and the waterfall will do its best. But I must warn you, the forgetting is much, much harder than uncovering and washing away the filth that blocks your mind.
Right. Okay.
Sure, you wish to do this.
I don't think there's any getting rid of the filth, so I'll just go ahead and focus on what I want to forget. All right, thanks. Okay, so I just hold on to the emerald and I squeeze it tight.
Yes, I will go with you into the falls. Hold the emerald out and then drop it. And by the time it hits the water and disappears, you will have forgotten.
All right, yeah, that sounds easy enough. Sure, let's try it out.
All right, you step into the waterfall, and it's Burbage. It's so cold, it nearly knocks the wind out of you. And he's there holding you up next to you. Do you release the emerald?
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Right.
supposed to be. Burbage is supposed to be like focusing on the memory that he wants to forget.
Yep. And you release the emerald, and you watch it almost in slow motion drop from your hand. What is it that you are focused on right now, Burbage?
I am focused on the night that I inadvertently murdered Eldon Dale.
All right.
And the memory of the flames and the feeling deep down that I felt while I watched this man who ruined my life go up in flames.
Okay. Burbage, go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Sure thing. One moment while I pull up my character sheet.
No problem. Wisdom save. Wisdom save.
I rolled
That is an 8. Do you need... you could do an inspiration if you need to.
Oh, right. I do have
I
inspiration.
think everyone has inspiration this time.
Yeah, I'll use my inspiration here.
Okay.
This seems important enough, I guess.
Okay.
$19.
All right. Burbage, you feel your mind drift for a moment away from the horrible death of Eldon and a bit to his son, Theodric. But you just wrestle it back and you focus on the flames and the death itself. Burbage, what you forget is most of that night. You now don't recall. You remember the figure that asks you to go steal this. You remember breaking into Eldon's estate. And then again, you see the figure. You are covered in almost soot. You are smelling of smoke, and it's very difficult to kind of wrap your head around this. But the figure smiles again, and he hands you something that you've kept in your pocket all this time. But you've forgotten most everything in between. And as you open your eyes, you see the ghost of Eldon in front of you, hovering, and he's looking disappointed at you. And he shakes his head as he disappears completely. The emerald hits the water, disappears, and immediately Kuhn begins motioning for you to exit to the other side.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, all right.
All right. So you go ahead and go to the other side, and you're immediately greeted with blankets and set next to the fire next to Stormbringer.
Nice.
It's a me.
All right.
Do I stay on or do I hop off?
Go ahead and jump off then as well, and we'll do charity here.
Okie dokie.
So, yeah.
All right, Charity, you walk up a few stone steps as Burbage and Stormbringer now have exited through the other side. Kuhn, this bald man, now motions you into this very cold pool. And as you step into it, it's biting. It's very, very cold. You are entirely confused how this man could be here all day. and he motions you over and says, "Yes, your name is Charity, I believe, yes?
Yes.
You have your emerald, yes?
Yes.
And are you going to... what is it that you would like to remember? Think of this as best as you can, and step into the waterfall, and release the emerald. And by the time it hits the water and disappears, you will have remembered."
A question, Master Kuhn, if you don't mind.
Yes.
I don't remember anything of my life save the last few years. So I don't have a specific thing I'm trying to remember.
I see. Well, Charity, let me tell you a secret of the falls. There is a magic here that will work with you. It will allow you to remember what you need, but the process it's not necessarily one-sided. There is a conversation here that you will have. And I just ask you to be open about this conversation. And if you may, open your mind as much as you can to the falls. They may allow you to remember things.
I see. That makes sense. Thank you.
Yes. So, go into the falls. I will help you. Hold the emerald. Drop it. Please, now.
Okay. And I'll go forward into the falls.
All right. All right. You can immediately sense and feel the magic. It's washing over you immediately. As soon as the falls hit you, though, it's almost as if your breath is taken away entirely. You almost collapse, but Kuhn is there to help hold you up. And he reminds you to drop the emerald. Do you drop the emerald?
Has anyone at any point suggested holding on to it longer gives you more memory? Or...
maybe. You can't hear the conversations that he has with the people in front of you.
Oh, I didn't mean
But,
if he'd suggested
definitely...
it to anyone else. I meant like around us when we were in the merchant area.
Oh, no one really suggested that, no. But you did see Stormbringer hold on to it for a long time before she let go.
I'm going to try to hold on to it a little bit and actually try to open my mind up to,
Okay.
Do I feel a magical effect occurring?
You do, definitely. Why don't you give me a charisma saving throw to actually feel this interaction happening? But do you start the process of dropping the emerald, even after holding on to it for a bit?
Yeah, I would then.
Okay. So
I want to try to like, I almost want to feel sort of establish a baseline of the connection before I'm dropping the emerald.
You do, yes.
Okay.
You definitely feel
And a 14 on the
kind
save.
of open to this. All right. So you drop it, you see in slow motion as the emerald hitting the waterfall around you slips from your grasp. And a 14 charisma save. You are able to reveal flashes now. And the flashes that are presented to you it's almost as if the waterfall is asking, would you like to remember this? And if you want to, you're pretty sure you could hold on to probably 2 of the flashes. So tell me, just say yes or no. I'm going to present a flash to you. All right, the first flash is another tiefling. And he's looking at you with disdain in his face. Would you like to hold on to this one?
Tiefling with disdain on his face. No.
All right. It slips by, washes away completely. You now see another tiefling standing next to Arisa.
And
They both look genuinely sort of happy and In this flash, the tiefling looks over to you.
Yes.
All right. You open your mind and you'd sort of you feel like the entire waterfall is sort of just pouring inside your brain. It's almost too much to bear. You see now your brother. His name is Ire. And he is standing next to, at this point, his girlfriend, Arisa. And they are laughing, and you're drinking, and you're looking around, and you see you are surrounded by thieves and criminals, but you feel safe. You feel protected, and you feel a little bit like this was a home of some sort for you. A little bit more about your brother sort of comes in. He is a powerful but very dangerous person. And if you were to think about him, you remember being a bit scared of him always. Especially with regard to your father, but that image you cannot quite place. The next flash is a brilliant white light, and you're pretty sure that it's Behelit's realm.
Brilliant white light, and I think it's Behelit's realm.
Yes.
But I don't see anything else in it.
No, not yet. Nope.
Yeah, I'll hold on to that one.
All right. You sort of open your mind up again to that, and it's almost too much to take as someone is pushing you forward. And you kind of turn around and you can't quite see them. And then you hear that figure behind you speak a voice. He is now yours. I am done with him. In his current state, he is nothing to me. Perhaps you could torture him the way I know you can. And then you hear the voice of Behelit. One that you've heard many times before. And you also notice that the bright white light immediately shuts off, and what's around you is sort of rock and flame. There is a pool of blood nestled into the bottom of a stalagmite. And you are making sense of this kind of horrible world around you. And the voice of Behelit says, in time, he will forget everything about you. And then the voice behind you, that is okay. He is nothing anymore. He has killed me and deserves his punishment. Well, we could certainly use him if he is wiped clean. But you, sir, and the voice of Behelit now sort of leans down, and you see a figure. Without actually seeing features, you do see a figure, hooded, look down at you as the voice of Behelit. Do you agree to this, young one? And then from somewhere, your own voice crops up. It is absolutely you, though deeper, a bit more sure of itself. And it says, absolutely, I agree to this. And then the flash goes away entirely. Another flash comes before your mind. It is of a female tiefling, but it immediately disappears. another flash comes before your mind, and it is you with a young woman in a glade of some sort, but it too goes away. Then one flash, you see another figure, and you are very, very young at this point, but it seems to be killing someone, and you're pretty sure the person it's killing is Hikari. But then that flash goes away entirely. And you come back to it, and Kyun is standing there. You hear the emerald drop and disappear into the waterfall in front of you. And Kyun is now shouting over the waterfall for you to move to the other side, where the fire is and where blankets are.
I'll just sort of stumble over that way.
All right. Okay, Vamaris. Well done, Charity. If you could get off, then
Yep.
we'll bring Vamaris.
Hello.
Vamaris. So now, each of your friends have gone before you. They've talked a little bit to Kyun, though you can't really hear over the waterfall what they've been saying. And then they've all gone into the waterfall, dropped the emerald, and then exited to the other side. You now climb the sort of stone steps up to the pool, and you slide in as Kyun is motioning you toward him. The water is incredibly cold. It's biting at your legs as you step into it. And you have an emerald in your hand, and Kyun walks over and wades through the pool and motions you closer to him. Yes, my friend. This is what you want. You want to remember something. And you have your emerald, I see.
I'll nod.
Then come with me. It is a simple process. You go into the waterfall, you hold the emerald out, you drop it, and by the time it hits the water and disappears, you will have remembered what you seek.
Okay.
All right, so he leads you over to the waterfall itself, and as you step into it, it is so bracingly cold that it nearly knocks the wind out of you completely. You're kind of having to gasp for air underneath the waterfall, and you hold up your emerald. Do you drop it?
I drop it.
All right, you drop it. You see it in kind of slow motion drop and drip from your hands. What is it, Vamaris, that you would like to remember?
I would like to recall my vision and how it relates to Korn.
All right. For this, you're going to have to open your brain just a little bit more to try to... This is not a memory that you are simply gaining back that you've forgotten. You're trying to remember this vision less in its metaphoric form and much more clearly, you would say, right? Okay. So please go ahead and make an intelligence saving throw for me.
All right. Oh,
That is a natural one.
I don't have inspiration for that either.
Okay.
Or wait, do I have inspiration from last round?
Yeah, I think technically everyone had it last time. Yeah,
Oh.
because I think you were given. Yeah.
Okay, 19.
Okay. Okay. Damn, you were about to go insane. Okay, so a 19 on the intelligence save.
Oh
That's a
man,
little
no,
better.
I know I was about to go insane. I was.
I was like, well, we just about lost Vamaris there. All right.
Whew.
Okay, that's much better. So 19. You immediately revisit your dream. You now recall this dream with. It's as if a sheen has been entirely lifted up. You no longer see the metaphor for this vision, Vamaris. You no longer see pieces that are poetic and are trying to get across information to you. You see something much more concrete. What you see, I'm going to actually hide from the stream. This is something that I've already written to you, and that you can read at leisure, however you'd like to.
Okay.
But you now, Vamaris, this is such a clear prophecy for you. You know what you have to do. And it makes sense. It all makes sense now. Why it has to be you, and why it has to be this family that has gotten you to this point. And how wrong you've been about many things. And then one last final memory flits in. And it's of your mother. And for some reason, your mind has now wandered to her. And it's very, very young, Vamaris. You probably aren't even able to speak at this point. And she's rocking you back and forth. And you see her crying slightly. And she's smiling at you. And that's it. And you just bathe in this memory. Nothing happening other than slight rocking. And it feels good. And it feels comforting. And frankly, it gives you courage. Courage for what is about to come. And you snap back to it, and Kuhn is there, and you've almost entirely fallen over. Your eyes have rolled kind of back into your head, and now Kuhn is carrying you out of the waterfall. And he steps onto firm ground and puts you down, and immediately people come over with the blankets. And lets everyone come back now.
I'm back.
All right, the rest of you watch as Vamaris seems to faint within the falls. Kuhn catches him, and he quickly and very strongly picks him up and brings him over to the edge of the fire where people have thrown blankets on him. He's now kind of shaking and shivering. And what does your face look like, Vamaris, after this?
Super pale,
Okay.
but content.
And all of you now, no one has been talking. You've all been staring into the fire, contemplating what the falls have shown you.
I did have one question for you on that, Andy.
Please.
Sorry. In the two flashes that I got,
Yes.
the one sort of in the group and the one with Behelit, did I get a sense of my age in each of those? Like, could I put those in sequence?
Yes. The first one came first.
Okay.
And the second one was really only like 2 or 3 years ago, you think?
Yeah. I kind of figured that. I just wanted to make sure that the first one seemed
Earlier.
prior. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not much earlier, but earlier. Yeah.
I'm probably at this going to sort of move over to Vamaris. Are you okay?
I'll nod. I'm shivering. I'll talk later.
I understand. And actually, at this, I'll sort of... Apparently, like, seeing you passed out seems to have sparked a little bit more consciousness in Charity. I'm going to look up... Stormbringer, were you able to remember?
Yeah, she was wonderful. I don't know how I forgot her. But we're gonna get really super smashed tonight, right? To celebrate her life? Because she was awesome. Also, I stayed in the water longer than that guy.
Charity's eyes are going to slide over to where the guy is, I'm assuming, still in the water.
Yeah, he's gone back into the water. It is now helping another person over
Slide back
to it. Yeah.
Given what our life is usually like at night, I'm not sure super smashed is a good idea, but...
But she was super wonderful. You don't understand. She was really pretty and sweet and smart and strong, and she didn't want me to kill the elves, although she kind of did, but she didn't really. So she taught me that you can't always solve things by killing things, but you also can, because she killed a lot of things and sometimes got really big and scaly.
All of you have now noticed that the people sort of rushing around throwing blankets on you seem to be small bird women. They're all kind of dressed in sort of like almost like nuns a little bit, and they have black crow faces, and they're all sort of nodding at you all and making sure that you have, like, they've brought you over hot tea and cocoa, and they all seem to be taking quite good care of you, making sure that you're warm.
Do they seem like they're Kenku?
They do seem like
Okay.
Kenku.
Just like from our experience with Make Ready the Sales, Mr. Hislop.
Yeah, though very different kind.
He was a parrot, but I mean, as opposed to some other species of bird
Yeah,
person.
about that size, flightless. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna pat Stormbringer and then be like, that makes sense. I think that we can all stay a little more alert than others, just so that nothing happens to us, but she was wonderful.
She was.
And you deserve that.
Did you get your shoulder fixed?
Andy?
Nope.
I'm like, nah, that's a no.
Nor did you, Stormbringer.
Oh, well, we can be twins with our shoulders.
Yeah.
As Stormbringer sort of motions to her hurt shoulder, you do see it. It does seem to be spreading at this point. Now that you've put together the Rakshasa thing, the second time you looked at the wound and it was exactly the same, that's simply because the Rakshasa last saw it like that.
Yeah.
Her wound has progressed in the last few days.
Why are you making that noise again? This is happy. We all remembered things.
That's...
Burbage is probably still staring into the fire, as is Vamaris.
I'm gonna sort of look over. Yeah, no, that's it's good. I worry about your shoulder. How you doing, Burbage?
Huh? What?
How are you doing?
Oh, how am I doing? I'm doing fantastic. This fire is super warm and completely uncomplicated for me. I'm just enjoying its light.
I feel like you lie a lot sometimes.
That felt oddly specific.
Do you want to roll an insight check to see?
Yeah, she should totally roll an insight check on that.
With the 14, you're pretty sure this is... It feels different than Burbage normally, but he's telling the truth. He feels good.
And by
Like,
the way,
lighter.
Stormbringer, I think you guys should totally get drunk tonight in celebration of your recalled memories. And I, Charity, by the way, am happy to remain alert for all of you. I shall stay sober and keep watch while we celebrate.
Okay, first of all, it would be not to celebrate. You're misunderstanding. It would be to honor Roburn because she was wonderful. And we have to get drunk in a proportional amount. Second of all, your name's not Charity.
I wasn't declaring myself to be Charity. I was addressing Charity because,
Were you?
yes.
That's not how that sounded at all.
Yeah, I kind of got
I
confused there.
understand.
I was
I
like,
understand
what?
that. That's my mistake. I apologize for the lack of clarity, and I'd like to promise all of you that I will be attempting to be more clear going forward into the future.
Okay.
Does he seem like he's under the effect of a spell? I'm
Does
just
yeah.
not even waiting. 25.
25. There is no current magic effect on him at all.
Charity's just going to blink very slowly at Burbage, take a sip of the cocoa, and try to see if, like, there's a taste of alcohol in it.
There's not. Yeah.
Like, I'm just sort of, like, shifting my gaze between the mug of cocoa and Burbage and the fire. Just sort of working back and forth in a triangle, trying to figure out what the hell is going on.
Anyway, enough about me. How was that for you guys? Are you guys feeling as good as I am?
I feel complicated.
Complicated. Yeesh. And Vamaris, you said you'd talk later. That's fine. I'm gonna tap Vamaris' knee supportively.
I'll smile at you.
Yeah, what a nice little smile. I like that, Vamaris. I like when you smile. All right. And Charity, how are you doing? Did you remember anything about your weird, forgotten past?
Charity looks slightly downcast. Thieves and murderers were the only ones close to me, and I was deemed useless by what I can only assume to be my family.
But we're your family now, and we don't think you're useless, so it's okay.
She's
Right?
right. That is the main
We love
takeaway
you.
I
And we would love you even if you weren't useful to us, because you're our family.
Charity actually looks sort of genuinely happy at that. I know.
The shambling mound kind of wanders over and places a vine on your shoulder, Charity.
Hi,
And you
Garrett.
hear it kind of oddly, like,
The first one was comforting. They got less comforting after that.
It starts undressing you.
Stop that.
no, it doesn't.
Gary's a good shambling man.
Fan fiction.
Jesus Christ.
Charity's
Fan
gonna say,
fiction, yeah, for Garrity.
I also... I didn't lose my memories. Behelit took them.
Ugh, I knew she was trouble from the word go.
At this, several armed men on horses have now kind of ridden up the trail from the encampment, and they have a scroll, and they say, yes, Burbage Kemp, as a citizen of Gaholnia and a voter in one of the last elections, you are now drafted into the Gaholnian army. Praise be the king and all who serve him. And then they look at you, Burbage Kemp. And that concludes tonight's episode of Goats and Dragons. If you enjoyed this and are curious to see where the story goes, please follow us on Twitch, where we are simply Helpful Goat, or subscribe on YouTube at Helpful Goat Gaming. We are a small independent game design firm and could really use the support. If you'd like to know more about us, our streams, our company, or our upcoming projects, you can visit helpfulgoat.com, follow us on Twitter at HelpfulGoat, or check out our Facebook page at Helpful Goat. Thank you so much to everyone who played tonight. Thanks for watching. We immensely appreciate it. And from all of us on Goats and Dragons, we wish you an excellent evening. Good night.
Night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good
Bye.
night. Have an uncomplicated week.
I don't... Alright, I'm just ending the stream now. Night,
Good.
everybody.